Hey guys, what's up? It's Will. I am back. Uncomplicated Peace. All right, we are in here. I got the microphone set because I was having a little technical difficulty. But I do this podcast because it is my passion and desire to help people achieve daily, uncomplicated peace. But I am here to tell you, it takes work. You will have to do some level of work. I can help you with tips, tricks, and strategies, but I don't have any magic fairy dust to sprinkle to make people get along and you get along with life. But it's possible. Peace is possible. Let me prepare your mind before I get started. It's something I like to do. I like to get your mindset right. I like to create a atmosphere of receiving this talk about engaging and receiving peace. Peace is the most valuable asset you could ever acquire. Okay? Mental and physical peace is priceless. Sadly, we only understand the true value of peace when the price of pain is more than we can handle. Peace must be protected at all costs. Most of all, peace does not have to be complicated. That's why we call it uncomplicated peace, right? But let me also say, peace is not passive. Peace is not passive. You will have to do some work, but it's possible. And that's why we're here today talking about it. So let me get into today's show. Call a fair game. My grandfather was my hero. He was everything to me. I miss him every day of my life. There is not a day that goes by that his name does not cross my memory. Like, I miss this man. I love him so deep. I have a telephone date with my grandmother, his wife, every weekend, and she just inspires me and just gives me so much love, and it's just always been unconditional, and I love her for that. I love her for that. But my grandfather taught me a lot of stuff. And being around him, if you guys known him, he good with tough love lessons. So it was never easy. It always came with some level of, work, right? But that's granddaddy, all right? So my grandfather had something called call a fair game. And I had never understood this because if you look at America today, you're tribal. You will ignore the wrongs of people who have the same political party you have, the same race, ethnicity, ethnic group, whatever. You work at Ford, you hate everybody that work at Chevy. You work at McDonald's, you hate people at Burger King. You're a Republican, you don't like Democrats. All right? This tribalism has made people blind. Okay? We need to be honest. And this is where my grandfather came in with this call a fair game. And I could not understand it because I'm like, man, I'm supposed to defend certain things or, step up and talk about certain things. He's like, nope. Watch this. So my grandfather was a family man, a veteran, a business owner. And he was an alcoholic. That's right. The man that I love more than anything was an alcoholic. Yes, an alcoholic. He fought alcoholism for a big part of his life. It took him multiple times to successfully complete the alcohol treatment programs. When he got that little coin saying that he completed the program, it was like he won the Super Bowl. I'd never seen anybody so flawed but wanted to be right, like wanted to be a better version of themselves all the time. That's why I say peace is not passive. You can achieve it, but you will do the work. Okay? Now, this victory was a proud moment in his life. Although he made the changes to transform his life, some people still refer to him as an alcoholic, and that bothered me. Because I loved him. I know how much he cared to change. I know how much he wanted to be a better man, and he was achieving it. But he still had that stigma. How many of you know people who had to deal with alcoholism. What frustrates me is if you talk to them, they'll say, yeah, I'm an alcoholic. I hate calling people alcoholics. I love to see the redemption and see how people move through. So I asked if that ever bothered him. And his response shocked me. He said, what they called me was the truth at the time. He did not say, no, not me, and no, they wrong, and no, they haters, and you know, they this and that, and they just don't understand me and all that. He said, nope, it was the truth. I was an alcoholic at the time. What they called me was the truth at that time. He said, I was an alcoholic. He said, now I am in a new space in life, but the truth about me was the truth. Did I tell y'all this is called call a fair game? He said in life, you have to call a fair game. To him, this meant not pretending or rewriting reality. When I learned this lesson, ladies and gentlemen, this changed my life. You cannot guilt me in something I did before. Know why? Because I have the right to redeem, do better, apologize, and change. Guess what? You don't even have to accept my apology, but I still have the right to grow and develop and be a better man. My grandfather learned the secret to peace by calling stuff what it is. I wish he was here because he used like exciting words that I can't use on the videotape, but it was very colorful and funny. But this is where we are. Because he understood, I got to take the good with the bad. It is where I was, but I redeemed. He was okay with it. He said in life, you have to call a fair game. To him, this meant not pretending or rewriting reality, people. He mentioned to always call things as they are and not what you want them to be. How many of you are living Halloween every day? How many of you are pretending and wearing that mask so we don't really see who you really are? How many of you are suffocating behind that costume and mask that you would wear for Halloween, but you wear it all year long because God forbid you ever allow people to see you for who you are because you're afraid of them calling a fair game? I am here to relieve you of that nonsense. Take off the mask. Accept what you have done. Own it. Be accountable. Apologize. Change course. You have the right to redeem and do better. Do not ever let someone make you feel you have to sit punished forever. Free your own self. You want to be seen differently? Then take responsibility and make the changes to your life that reflect how you want to see yourself. He also said, when your enemies do something positive, give it notice and respect. Don't pretend the positive act does not exist just because it was your enemy who accomplished the act. That's part 2 to what he taught me. And that got tested a few years ago. Someone did something to me and it bothered me so much. So much. But then I saw them do the most kindest act. I mean, God had to touch their heart to do an act like this. And I gave it the credit it deserved. That's calling a fair game, where you can even say to your enemy, you did a good job. On the other hand, if someone you love screws up, call them on it. Don't watch people you love fail because you don't want to hurt them by speaking up. call a fair game. Always be fair in your comments about people and in your self-reflection. And those were his words. I live by them. I love them. I share them with you. I pray they give you the peace that they've given me. My name is Darrell Willie. This is Uncomplicated Peace, and I'll see you in the next video.